All right, beautiful humans. We have a very special human with us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Hudson. How are you, mate?
Hey, really good brother yourself.
Really good, man. Really good. I've been really excited to film this case study video with you because we've just celebrated your 30K plus month, which is amazing. So, round of applause for you, my friend.
Awesome. It's been so good, man. It's been a killer of a month. It's been so
Um,
much fun.
how do you feel right now at smashing past the 30K per month barrier?
You know what? It's been like a big ceiling for a really long time. And I just feel like all of this hard work that I've done over all this time is just finally caught up. And it's like it's just getting easier and more consistent. So I'm super, super pumped about it. And really, really happy with myself as well.
You should be. I'm really proud of you too, mate. And so let's like rewind a little bit and just talk about what were some of the challenges you were facing before joining us at Relentless Education, rather, and what did life look like?
Yeah, awesome. So I've been full time in my business now for almost 3 years. I've been with Relentless for about 18 months. And in that first 18 months, I actually had a really, really good run. I hit the ground pretty strong, building a coaching business from nothing. I hit six figures in my first 12 months. And I was working with another business coach at the time who was showing me how to market on social media and run a bit of a strategy. So, my life looked like posting every day, doing some free workshops every now and again, and then lots and lots of work in the cold DMs. And I was really, really going well with it. Uh, but what I was finding is it was very inconsistent. And as a result, my sales were really inconsistent. So I might have a really good month, and then I might have a really terrible month, and a really good month. And I was really up and down. And I was finding that what I had to do is just put more hours and more hours and more hours into it, and then not enough time into the delivery and building my actual business as well. So I was just running out of time, running out of hours, and getting some good results, but really inconsistent and not at all in a position to be able to reach more people and make more impact.
Mm, very, very common situation. I think everybody
Mm,
sort of starts there and we do the organic game and we do the cold DMs. And to be honest, I'm a fan of that because it's character building and
mm,
it's a good
yeah.
way to learn business and get used to the hustle. But of course, there comes a time where we need to scale and get that consistency. And I think that really speaks to what we've been able to achieve with you over the last 6 to 12 months. So let's
Mm.
talk about the big wins we've had over the last 6 to 12 months. I mean, when you joined us, we started doing 20K months pretty consistently. Now we've broken through the 30K plus milestone, and we've really implemented some epic systems, ads, team structure to the last 12 months. So why don't you just speak to that a little bit and share with everybody watching?
Yeah, so we've done a couple of really key big milestones for me in my business. The first one was to move out of mostly one-to-one and small groups that ran for sort of 10 to 12 weeks to having a full 12-month offer that is much more automated and having a sales funnel to support that. So having a free group where people can come in, they can get to know, like, and trust. They can actually get some serious results just out of doing that free group. Even if they never work with me, they're going to walk away with some sensational results, and then being able to build up again that know, like, trust for them to say, well, you know what, I want to do more now, and then actually drop into my 12-month group program, so that can run consistently and I can onboard people at any time without that small group cycle of, sell, deliver, sell, deliver. So that's opened up more time for me to be able to focus on more of the business. And then, of course, we've moved into paid advertising now and bringing on team members, which means that I've got my CRM set up really well. I can manage my leads. I've got much more touch points and the availability for me to get away from all that manual work of sending DMs and trying to keep up with messages. Have this really nice automated flow where leads can drop in. They're really well taken care of, lots and lots of touch points. And then, of course, bringing on a setter as well to be able to make those phone calls for me, which, as you know, I did hundreds of those a day when I first started, because
Yeah,
you got to feel the fire, that's
yeah,
for sure. You got to know your business.
yeah.
And what that's enabled me to do is to be able to really scale the business now. And I mean, we're only 6 weeks in now to this paid advertising structure, and man, we've broken the ceiling. We're 50% up on my biggest month I've ever done, and we're really just getting started.
It's really exciting, mate. How does it feel to now in your database, you've got hundreds and hundreds of leads that have actually
Yeah.
applied to speak to you? I mean, it's a very different energy, isn't it? Where you're going from cold DMs trying to get leads for individuals actually applying to speak with you. How does it feel sort of getting that consistency and that level of lead flow coming through?
Man, it's so much more comfortable. when you're doing that cold DM stuff, it was fantastic and I loved it and it gave me a great launch pad into my business. But you're also in a space where you don't know if you're getting paid this month or not. And now I've got people coming to me and to be honest, it's removed a little bit of what I sort of recognize now as a bit of imposter syndrome, where you feel like you're just this stranger on Facebook that's got some really good social media stuff going and a great message and good results. But when you're cold DMing people, they're kind of like, oh, here's another guy trying to message me. Now people are seeing something in my messaging and going, wow, I love that. How do I work with that guy? They're seeing the ad pop up, they're applying, and it's completely changed the dynamic. So now I feel more like a business owner and less like a coach who's out there trying to sort of hustle people to build connections to try to get them to buy. It's really shifted my mindset and the way I feel about my business.
Yeah, I love that so much, man. I love that so much. And again, it's such a good feeling to know that you can turn that tap on and off whenever you please. It
Mm.
really just gives you a different level of control in your business, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. I mean, we're now at a stage where it's like, well, how much money do you want to spend on advertising versus how much money do you want to make? Because there's some consistency in the numbers of the business that I never really had before. I had some very rudimentary measures that I ran my business by. And now it's like you click on your CRM and it tells you exactly where you're at.
Yeah, totally. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a little bit about the sales side because obviously, the parts of the business, we've obviously got the build and the structure of the programs.
Mm.
We've got traffic and lead generation, which we're absolutely crushing at the moment. And then, of course, you've got the conversion piece that, often people want to neglect. Maybe they've got fear around it. They don't like sales.
Mm.
But inevitably, if you become great at high ticket sales, you're going to be the coach that stands out and truly thrives. Tell me a little bit about the journey of really learning and feeling into appointment setting and sales and what you've learned.
Yeah, man, that's been incredible. First of all, I thought I was really good at sales because I had a really high close rate. But the truth was there was so much background work in DMs and relationship building and content and lots of messages and lots of warmth and coming to a few, free things before I could even get people to a sales call. So I had very, very few sales calls, but I generally closed them. And I thought I was good at sales because of that. But put me in front of a stranger and they're like, I don't know who you are. There's no relationship here. Why would I buy from you? And what I found really quickly is that I wasn't all that good at sales at all. I'm really, really good at building relationships and sensational at the delivery, but I never felt like I was a salesperson. And that's a mentality that I had. Now, with with these ads that are rolling out versus the cold DMing I was doing, I've got people applying. I've had to get really good at helping people navigate through their fear of buying, to navigate through their fear of putting themselves out there and asking for help, and it's taught me a process that I can now just use over and over again and get more comfortable in myself to be able to feel really good about selling something to somebody, because I know that once we navigate through that bit of fear of the cost or the work or whatever it is, I know what's on the other side for them. So now I feel like I'm really good at sales, still with a lot more to come, mind you. But I'm able to have conversation with strangers and they walk away from it knowing exactly what they're going into and what they're going to get out of it, and they're comfortable with it.
Mate, you have thrown yourself into the learning and more
Mm,
importantly the practice and repetition, and you
mm,
you really are great at sales now, and I've seen that improvement dramatically increase, and you're only going to get better as you go. But I just want to touch on the point around now having control around lead gen and also
mm,
the level of control you have around actually making sales, being able to call people from the database, have appointments. I think for everybody listening, having that level of certainty in yourself and control is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Because I don't know if anyone listening or if you felt this ads, but
mm,
there's moments in business where you feel like maybe your cash flow is low and you think you've got no options. You're just sitting there feeling like you're fully restricted. There's nothing that you can do. But when you have these skills and this system like what we've implemented, now the ball's always in your court. And I think that's just such an
mhm.
empowering energy and of course way to run a business because now no matter what, even if ads stop, you can just go into your database and start calling people. There's money there, and I think it just changes the full direction of how you show up and feel in your business.
Yeah, completely. And you know what? It also gives you that certainty around investing into your business and around, increasing ad spend and around being able to, provide more programs, because you know that that investment comes back to you and you've got numbers. It's no longer a feeling of, I feel like I'm trying really hard, so I'm going to get some clients. hey, for every 100 calls I do, this is what happens, or for every 1,000 people I talk to, this is the income I get. So it really gives you the certainty to be able to decide where you're going to invest in your business. And I think that that's really the key to that scaling model.
Yeah, totally. So we've done a lot of work. I mean, you've done an incredible job, mate. And again, I keep blowing smoke your way, saying how good you are because you really are. You approach everything with the best mindset, best attitude. You ride the
Thanks,
waves,
man.
make it work. But we've obviously structured a great program. We've added in a lead flow system for consistency. We've
Mhm.
nailed our high ticket sales and setting process. We've now added a team member on board to help you manage the big influx of leads, setting appointments. And of course, we've now broken through that 30K plus month milestone. Where do you want to take it now? For everybody watching, what's the vision for the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, look, the next 6 to 12 months, we've got to be hitting 100K month in amongst there somewhere. And I think, you know what, I'm going to run out of time to do all of these sales calls. So I think we're going to get to a point where we're going to bring on another setter. We're going to bring on a closer as well that can support me on the back end. And then I can really focus on giving as much value as possible to these clients that I'm bringing on board because I truly know that what I do is life changing and that's where I want my energy to go. So to continue to support the team and grow the team, help more people and change more people's lives. That's definitely where we're going.
Sky's the limit, mate. I'm really pumped for you and honoured to be on the journey with you, mate. And I've said this many times, we're in your corner to do whatever it takes to make that happen. So for anybody listening that's, been wanting to grow their business, maybe they're sitting on the fence, they've got a little bit of fear coming up. What would you say to those people that have that dream and vision, but they just haven't quite taken the action yet?
Yeah, for me, first of all, it's consistency. You've got to show up in your business consistently, and you've got to go to the people who have produced the results that you want. And man, the results that you and Maddie and the team have produced are just outstanding. The level of support you give, I wouldn't have been able to do this if I hadn't have come to you guys and asked for help because all that fear was in my way. I didn't have the structure, I didn't have the systems, and I didn't see the path. And now I've got, 20 or 30 years of experience from you guys supporting me to make sure that everything I do adds value to my business. And that's really enabled me to scale. So I would say, put your fear aside, jump on board and scale your business because, you guys are pros. And like you said to me before, you'll never let me fail at this no matter what.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the kind words.
Yeah.
And mate, the like I said, sky's the limit from here. We've just got all the beautiful foundations set up. Now it's time to turn that tap on a little bit more and keep winning.
Hmm.
Mate, I want to say a big thank you for sharing your story today. I know it's going to inspire a lot of people. And more importantly, thank you for being a badass in this world. You're changing a lot of lives, and it's incredible to watch, mate.
Thanks, dude. That means the world to me, man. And thanks for having me on. And thanks for so much support because I truly couldn't have done it without you.
Appreciate you, mate. We'll see you soon.
All right. Much love.
Awesome, brother. That was